The man married a Vietnamese wife, and after the wedding, he was treated like a treasure. Jinju prepares seaweed rolls for her husband every morning before his run. Whenever Junyu feels even a little discomfort, Jinju always offers her thoughtful care. If Junyu is thirsty, she hands him water. If Junyu is hungry, she gives him hot food. But unexpectedly, it was knocked over by Junyu. Jinju, heartbroken over the food her mother-in-law made, rushed to pick it up, but she slipped and fell. She severely scraped her thigh. Junyu didn't say a word of comfort. Instead, he scolded Jinju for coming over. Now she's hurt, and it's just making things worse. Jinju's eyes filled with tears. She felt a slight regret in her heart. But thinking of her mother, who worked so hard to support herself, and her mother's daily advice and expectations, she couldn't give up on the life she now had. Unbeknownst to her, Junyu was standing outside the door. Hearing Jinju crying, he hesitated to enter. He was afraid that he would be tortured by his conscience. Junyu knew that everything was caused by his illness. Pushing Jinju away was to avoid causing her any more harm. The next day, Jinju was as energetic as ever. Even without self-esteem, even with rejection, she was determined to get Junyu treated. Because Jinju always believed that once Junyu was better, she would get the rewards she deserved. Sure enough, the next day, Junyu prepared shoes for Jinju. The kind-hearted Cinderella had no idea that Junyu was slowly being touched. Before long, they reached halfway up the mountain. Jinju covered her injured leg with a hat, not wanting Junyu to see it. She was afraid it would make Junyu feel disgusted. But the next moment, Junyu pushed her hand away. When he saw the shocking wound, he was taken aback. He tenderly applied medicine to her wound. The sensation of his touch made Jinju's heart melt. From the side, Junyu didn't seem so unpleasant anymore. After applying the medicine, Junyu went back to his business. Jinju felt an indescribable happiness. She knew that Junyu must have applied the medicine because he was concerned about her leg. Once home, she looked at their wedding photo and kissed it twice. She thought to herself that her husband was so cute. Unexpectedly, while changing clothes, Junyu barged in. Jinju hurriedly shrank back in embarrassment. Junyu, understanding her reaction, ran out. Although they had been married for months, they hadn't had a real husband and wife relationship. Jinju's silly appearance made Junyu almost laugh. When applying the medicine, Junyu noticed many small injuries on Jinju's feet. He thought it was from her mischievousness as a child, but it turned out it was because she was half Korean, half Vietnamese. She had been looked down on by purebred Vietnamese since childhood. Their only pleasure was to bully Jinju. Since then, she swore to break free from the vicious cycle. So now, no matter how difficult it gets, Jinju would never shed a tear. Junyu, hearing this, felt a deep pain in his heart. He couldn't help but start to reflect on whether he had been too harsh. The next day, Junyu started another journey up the mountain. Only by overcoming the fear in his heart would he be healed. When he was at his weakest, the nightmare quietly approached. Junyu recalled the dark experiences from prison. His breathing grew rapid, but seeing